Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome once again to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We recite from Asa Mahalla Panjma, the fifth Nanak, Guru Arjan. And it is an Ashtapadi, 8 stanzas. The recitation. एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद पंच मनाए पंच रुसाए पंच वसाए पंच गवाए इन बिद नगर उठा मेरे भाई दुर्त गया गुर ज्ञान दृढ़ाई राव साच धर्म की कर दीनी वार फरे मोहकम गुर ज्ञान विचार नाम खेती बीजो पाई मीत सौदा करो गुर सेवो नीत शांत सहज सुख के सभे हाट सहवा पारी एक थाट जे जिया टन को लय ना जगात सतगुर कर दीनी तुर की छाप वखर नाम लद खेप चलावो लै लाहा गुरमुख कर आवो सतगुर सहा सिख वणजारे पूंजी नाम लेखा साच सम्हारे सो वसै इत घर जिस गुर पूरा सेव अब चल नगरी नानक देव सो वसै इत घर जिस गुर पूरा सेव अब चल नगरी Nanak Dev. Guru Arjan instructing us on what the moral foundation of life ought to be in Sikhi. He says, In bid nagar utha mere pai, durat gaya gure gyan dridai. In bid, by this method, by fashioning things in such a way, Nagar Vutha. Nagar refers to a township, a settlement. And here is pointing to the settlement of the human apparatus. It is a metaphor that is being used, Nagar, township, to describe the organization and settlement of the body-mind. A nagar is also a sacred site, the dwelling place of the self, the har. But you see, in its natural state, this settlement of the mind and the body is wild. It is overrun with teeming hordes of lust, of anger, of violence. And this is meant as a pointer that the mind needs to be trained and cultured, which can happen only through Gur wisdom. Durat gaya Gur Gyan Dridai. That's how it works. And in the bid Nagar Vutha Mere Pai, this is how I cultured my mind and body to be a sacred site for the self to come and dwell in it. How was that done to begin with? Panch Manae Panch Rusai Panch Vasai Panch Gavai. Now, Panch means 5. It also means the highest, supreme. Manae, to bring into conformance. Rusai, to be estranged from. Vasai is to dwell, and Gavai is to lose. So let's put this together. Panch Manae Panch Rusai, Which were the 5 that were cultivated or brought into conformance, and which were the 5 that were estranged? Virtues were cultivated, the 5 virtues, Sat, Santokh, Daya, Tiraj, Dan. And the 5 cardinal vices were abandoned. Their hold was broken. Panch Rusai, Panch Gavai. So the 5 virtues have to be cultivated in this apprenticeship to the Guru. So how do you do that? You first distance yourself, estrange yourself from the 5 vices, the 5 thieves, so-called in Sikhi. And when the 5 virtues become established, in other words, become a part of your nature, the 5 vices lose their hold, gavai. So Panch Manae, first you cultivate them, you bring them into conformance. Panch Rusai, you break the hold, you estrange yourself from vice. Panch Rusai, Panch Gavai, then you establish the virtues and they become part of your nature. You lose, the vices lose control over you. That's the foundational step. And around this township that you're building, this township of virtue, Saj Dharam ki kare dini var. Var is a fence. So around this township, the Guru says, make sure that you have a strong fence. As any city, any agricultural land, because that's what they're going to talk about, needs a fence to protect itself. So you need to protect virtues with a strong fence of Saj Dharam, truthful living. For a Mokam Gur Gyan Vichar that is held by resolve, Mokam, and constant reflection on Gur wisdom. Because turning to the Gur does not happen automatically. It requires resolve and determination to make that particular turn. Only then will the mind be cultured. It's a process. So striving for Gur wisdom becomes a moral imperative. Naam kheti, that's your Naam kheti bijo pai. Sow the seed of wisdom in this field of the township and engage in the trade of serving the Guru regularly. Sauda karo gur sevo neet. Sant sahaj sukh ke sabbe haat. Sahavapari ekai thaat. So let's look at Sahavapari ekai thaat. In this township, in the same place, that is to say, within the human apparatus, Sa, the self, the banker, Vapari, the trader Sikh, they sit in the same marketplace, trading in virtue. We spoke about the virtue. That's the trade that is going on or should go on. Sant Sahaj Sukha ke sab heart. So the word heart, it refers to a local market, which is not simply a place of exchange, but also includes arable land, water tanks, pasture land. It's a township. And in there, the self and the ego both dwell in that same heart doing the exchange. And there in this township, the punishment of jizya, non-believers in an Islamic world were imposed with jizya. The Guru says, jizya dand ko laina jagat. No one is taxed. Now you see, this is the ideal society that the Guru is envisioning based on morality. Satguru kar dini turki chap. Because if there is good wisdom, then that is the stamp of approval. Vakhar naam led khap chalao, khep chalao. Khep is a journey. So, Vakhar naam, make the journey. by loading the merchandise of Naam. In other words, self-knowledge, wisdom, virtue should be your arsenal to make the journey through human life. And then when you return home, you'll have earned the profit of Guru wisdom. Gurmukh kar aavo. Satguru saho sikh vanjare, Punji naam lekha sach samhare. Satguru saho, again I repeat, the Guru is the true master banker. Sikh vanjare, the Sikh disciples are traders. Naam is the capital, Punji naam, and the account is settled by the self. The egoic traces that you leave behind are erased. So the self dwells in this township. So vase itkar. And they who serve the perfect Guru, just Guru Pura save and stabilize the inner dwelling, Abachal Nagri, they see the light of the self shine. Nanak Dev. So you see, you need stable conditions in a township for a township to flourish. Likewise, for the township of the mind body to flourish, you need stability. The mind has to be stable. And the first step in stability is to cultivate virtue. Let's get on it. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.